All right, Kenman here, and today we have the final knife from my big unboxing from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I got a bunch of Rough Riders. I've unboxed and showed all of them. This is the last one. We'll look at the whole kit and caboodle once we check this one out. Which one is the final one that we picked up? Any guesses? There it is, discreet, unknown. The Rough Rider Winter Bone. Winter is coming. 30 years of Rough Rider, always high quality, handmade. Nice little case here. Oh, it's this way. Got the magnet. Boom, boom. And there it is. We have a, wow, that's interesting. Instead of the little candy pack, it's a little sheet. And there is the knife. Very simple. No other info on there. Box on the floor. Here we have it. This is the Rough Rider Winter Bone White Walker Lockback. Boom. Check it out. Very cool. This was one that I saw on there. I thought the shape was neat, interesting kind of a design. Plus, we've got some stuff that we can customize right there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's soak it in. What do we think about this design? Ooh, I like the feel. I think it looks really, really cool. Kind of a different styling on the classic lockback here. So what are we looking at? The Rough Rider White Walker has a bone handle. So that's a white actual bone handle. You can see on this side, there's a couple little dots and stuff since it's an actual bone product. It has little imperfections and marks and stuff in them. But I don't mind that at all. It looks really cool. It's got nice little pinned, like brass pins, little brass liner in between there, and the nice nickel silver bolster, and then a 440 stainless steel blade with that interesting Warncliffe kind of recessed section right there. Cool looking style. So it's a lockback, so we got the little lock right there, half stop to there, and then a full close. No clip. Since a lot of these slip joint type lockback knives, back in the day, people would carry them in a slip. And so that would be you could just drop it in the pocket or get a little slip for it. What should I do? Great look and shape. Lock seems solid. That half stop right there is really tight, fits right to that spot, and then closes down. Doesn't really feel crunchy or grindy at all, which is good. Blade is right in the center where it should be. There is no real adjustment possibilities with this. They have to make these nice and solid right out the gate because there is no pivot screw or anything for adjustments. So you've got that lock or that blade that kind of has that half stop and then clicks out. Looks like it's nice and solid. Just the tiniest little bit of play to the left and right. Almost can't feel it at all. No play this way. Solid open and close though. Feels good in the hand when I push against that with the thumb. Nice, solid feel. There is this little choke up spot, so you can kind of hold back there behind this little nub kind of guard that holds your hand in place, or you can kind of choke up just past that. Not a huge knife, but kind of closer to that full size. Even back behind there, there's plenty of handle sticking out of my big palm that it's a full grip. Plus that choke up spot feels really nice. As far as a lockback, I like it. I like it. Okay, so there isn't really a detent since there's no flick out or flipper tabs or anything like that. There's the nail nick right there. It does have a match strike pull which means the nail nick has those little ridges, and those ridges were used back in the day. You'd have I don't have a match, but you know, a match that you could strike off of that. So you've got those stick matches, and you just put that right in there and whoosh, use that to help strike them up, or you can use it as that nail nick for taking it out. Sometimes the blades are really solid and you have to use that nail nick. This one isn't super tight. I can grab it right here and pull it out like that, which isn't a big thing. Sometimes those real stiff ones, you have to get your nail in here really tight, like this one here that we'll look at in a second. You really have to get in there to get it to open. So this one's not quite much. I can do a pinch open, but it doesn't feel so light that it wants to come out. That it's solid when it's just sitting in there. So not something to be worried about. Enjoy these unboxings? If so, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. Get a nice little close-up pass here of that bone. I enjoy the shape of that blade. Like a Warncliffe, good size. The tip is right in a good spot. Ooh, that feels slicey. Oh, that's a hollow grind on there too. Can't really see that as much, but that is definitely a hollow grind, which means it curves in on this both sides. You can get a nice thin edge on it. This is going to be a slicer for sure. All right, let's zoom in and get some measurement credentials on this thing. Full length, that's about 7.5 right on the dot. 7.5 from end to end. Almost a 3.5 inch blade, more like 3 3/8 down at the bottom. 3.5 if you cornered it. Right in the middle is still about that 3 3/8. So just a little bit longer than 3 3.25 on that blade. Cutting surface is just under 3. It's just a hair over 2 7/8 with pretty much that looks like a straight edge, no curve, or is there a curve on that belly? It does have just the slightest curve to it, almost straight, but just a slight curve. Interest. All right, and then the handle is 4 1/4. Not quite a full sizer. Good user size, I think. Something if you need something that's slicey. You know, the 440 might not hold an edge forever, but you can get a really nice screaming edge on there. Blade thickness is 0.1. 0.1. And battery is about to die. How many more videos are we going to get out of it? Comment below. The 0.1 goes right out to this spot right here where they have this little secondary cut. Not sharp right there, just kind of thinned it out, made it an interesting kind of shape. Remove a little weight right there, but 0.1 for that blade thickness. Handle, also fairly thin, 0.45, and then 0.91 at the thickest spot, and then just above and below that, 0.8. About 0.8. So thin, but feels really nice in the hand, I tell you. Okay, let's get this out of here. Do some weights. Let that fire up. Okay, we have 3.95, so pretty average for this size. Just under 4. Pretty much show off the pyrite against everything. Pretty standard, not quite full size. 3.67. So it has it beat on the weight on that at 3.95. We'll look at that. Rosecraft is 3.3. My other Rosecraft, 3.93. So those two are kind of close in size. Another Rough Ryder. That's the Elephant Toe Beast. So that one's closer to 6, but it's a thick chonker. And a Rough Ryder like Trapper. 3.5. Just kind of grabbing some of my similar knives so we can kind of check them out, compare, contrast. One of the other ones I got in the set, these little brass ones, 1.74. Just an idea on some weights here. Just under 4 for the winter bone white locker. I like it. This is probably one of my favorite lockbacks right now. So here's the CJRB Pyrite, really nice daily carry, button lock, fidgety, opens easy, thumbs out easy. You can just use that button if you want. Great action on a nice quality kind of budget knife. Pyrite handle is pretty much the same size. Blade is almost the same size. These are really about the same. The cutting surface for the Pyrite is a little less because it has a little bit larger choke up spot, but it actually very close. So size wise, it's almost the same as that Pyrite. Here is that Rosecraft Stinking Creek Sow Belly. This is not a lockback, it's just a slip joint. So very similar with the nail nick and the half stop, but this one does not have a lock on it. It is significantly stiffer and a little bit smaller. 1/4 inch or so on the back, 1/2 inch maybe on the blade. But that stiffness helps out because it does not have a lock. So I can sit there and push on that pretty hard and it's not really going anywhere. And that half stop is slamming. Check out Rosecraft if you are looking for some nicer but still budget friendly slip joints. This is the Clinch River Swayback, also from Rosecraft. It's got a D2. Both of these had D2 blades. Nice half stop. Look at the choke up on there. That is fantastic. Very similar in size. Handle's just a little bit larger on the winter bone. Same as the tip. Plus the cutting surface is a little bit longer on that one. Here's that Rough Ryder elephant toe. Beastly little chonker. I've been getting some of these knives with the bone on there. Here's the trapper. If you're looking for that standard kind of trapper size, almost that's like near exactly the same size. But the bone handles, you can do something that's called a scrimshaw. What scrimshaw is where you take and you have a sharp tool and you carve a pattern into the bone and then you rub ink on it. And then once you've wiped the ink away, it leaves that scratched pattern that you've drawn on there. This was my first attempt on the bone. Bone is pretty difficult because it chips. So you're cutting away at it and you're trying to make that smooth line. And it's like, and you have to really be deliberate. It's kind of like doing a tattoo. Once you make that mark, it is there. You can't remove and fix it. So if you've got some flaws or anything, they're definitely going to show through. I did practice on these little spoons. You can buy one of these, the little disposable spoons, and use it as a test, but it's a lot softer material, less chips. I was able to make a nice little micro drawing there, kind of testing out some realism. If you kind of look, that's definitely a small image, but that's kind of what a scrimshaw is. It's scratching and then filling it in with ink. So that is my intention for this. It looks fantastic as it is. But it would be cool. Maybe we could do like a winter is coming kind of a theme like it's got on the box there. I threw it over here on the floor. Kind of a Game of Thrones almost style. But comment below if you have any thoughts or ideas on what would be cool to scrimshaw on there. What do you guys think about this knife? I like that half stop is solid on there. Let's go ahead and get out all the knives I picked up from that Rough Ryder pack. I got 3 new ones of these. This is a really nice small little lockback with the brass handle. So I picked up 3 more of those so I can do some scrimshaw. Where's my brain? Shipwrecks. So these are some shipwrecks that I did on that same knife. All 3 of these were identical to the one in the center at one point, and I added ammonia and salt and things and let it react in that shipwreck way. You can watch the videos on those. A lot of different variety and style you can get with that. So I picked up 3 more of those. I got this little pry bar / nail nick opener that the trade guys, I guess, would use this in the nail nick to help open their knives if they're stiff and they're opening them all day or something like that. I just thought it looked kind of cool. Little Also used as a pry bar. Nice solid steel piece right there. So I got that. And of course, the big beast, the monster Bowie. It was a fun little order from Rough Ryder from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Check them out. They've got a lot of interesting things. Rough Ryder has a lot of pretty cool slip joint, lockback type styles, old school kind of designs, if that's something that you're interested in. I had fun. This was a great little unboxing. Excited to test out this Winterbone White Walker from the Rough Ryder. Whew. Excellent stuff. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.